I'm Gil Gerard. You may know me as Buck Rogers. For the next hour, I'll be your host and guide through the incredible, fabulous world of science fiction. Ever since we've been going to the movies, we've been thrilled by robots, monsters, madmen, and machines. Science fiction films present us with fantastic worlds, limited only by our ability to believe. Now, all movies reflect who we are. To look at them is to look at ourselves. But nowhere is a catalog of our dreams or our nightmares more openly on display than in science fiction films. From the primitive magic of the first science fiction film ever made, A Trip to the Moon, past the swashbuckling adventures of the original Buck Rogers in the 1930s, through our fear of the atom and the flying saucer scare of the 1950s, up to the explosive excitement of Star Wars and The Empire Strikes Back, we become aware of science fiction's awesome power to affect our lives and to predict and mold our futures. Journey with me now through time and space, into the imagination, as we look at 80 years of science fiction in the movies. An incredible 80 years ago, while Orville and Wilbur Wright were just getting off the ground, filmmakers were already taking us to the stars. That was when a Paris stage magician by the name of George Millet put together the cinema's first special effects, added acrobats and a chorus line of dancing girls, and in 1902 launched A Trip to the Moon. While A Trip to the Moon was somewhat fanciful, the 1926 German classic Metropolis was anything but. This massive spectacle required over 36,000 actors, more than the entire population of Bangor, Maine. And believe it or not, 3,500 pairs of special shoes. Audiences were wearing out their own shoes going to see science fiction movies, evidenced by the popularity of the 1935 serial Phantom Empire, starring Gene Autry.
Lieutenant, Gene Autry is now at a shack in Thunder Canyon. Lead your riders there and capture him.
The formula was classic Western, complete with posses, horse chases, and gun battles. Except that this time the outlaws were the evil Muranians, a futuristic civilization 25,000 feet beneath the earth.
Off with his helmet.
Your Majesty, Lieutenant Paul is not himself. I beg...
Gene Autry, a surface man in Uranium. Welcome. How do you like our world?
A year later, the film Things to Come appeared and offered visions of the future never before imagined. It might have been years before the construction of the first helicopter, but film audiences were already watching them fly. Also in the 1930s, the original superheroes, Flash Gordon and Buck Rogers, thrilled audiences with their daring feats of adventure.
One wrong move from any of you. You'll need a new console of the wide. Seize him!
In this scene from the Buck Rogers serial, Olympic star Buster Crabbe battles evil in outer space. But of all the science fiction characters that appeared in the 30s, it was the Beast that stood towering above the rest.
A 30-foot giant?
Oh, no.
What I'd like to know is, where did he come from?
You're ugly. Oh!
I think you're just a big bully, picking on people smaller than you are.
Always looking for new ways to capture an audience, in 1933, RKO Pictures introduced the granddaddy of all creations, King Kong. Towering 50 feet on screen. But in reality, a tabletop model less than 18 inches tall, this beast with almost human emotion has enthralled generations of filmgoers. For the first time, audiences could root for and against this tragic creature with both a heart and a soul.
Fire by for searchlight. Get him up on the roof. Yeah, that'll keep them in sight.
And at the end of the film, with King Kong holding a trembling Fay Ray above the New York skyline, not only was the girl saved by the airplanes, but the studio was saved from near bankruptcy by the popularity of the film. The success of King Kong, a giant creature with a giant heart, led to a long series of similar beast films. Enter Mighty Joe Young.
Joe!
Joe was a more sympathetic creature, perhaps because he didn't have quite King Kong's problem fitting through doorways. This film won an Academy Award for special effects, as each movement of the beast was animated one frame at a time. But like Kong, Mighty Joe's playful antics eventually got him into trouble, and not before he left the studio with a giant bill for broken furniture. beast wasn't always ape-like or hairy. Sometimes he was just lonely, like the amazing colossal man.
What's new in the papers, Artie?
What about you, sir?
Let's have it. Man lives through plutonium blast. That's a great joke, isn't it, Sergeant? They call this living.
And sometimes he was a she, out to get a two-timing husband, as in this scene from Attack of the 50-Foot Woman. The beast wasn't always hundreds of feet tall either. Sometimes he was the size of a high school senior. The 1957 I Was a Teenage Werewolf tells the story of a young Michael Landon turned into a werewolf by the school-recommended psychiatrist. Michael had no idea the kind of therapy he was in for. Nor did the rest of his class. But perhaps this scene from the R-rated Flesh Gordon best illustrates the difficulties of being a Hollywood creature.
Monster's work is never done.
At Disneyland, the excitement is winning during our 30th birthday celebration. This summer, we're giving away 2 cars almost every day.
This is wonderful!
Better hurry. There's just a little time left to catch the nighttime magic of the Main Street Electrical Parade, Videopolis, and Fantasy Fireworks. So come win a little excitement of your own and maybe a brand new car right now at Disneyland.
Strange!
No matter how things change or how we live today, the best things in life are done the original way. Enjoy something original. Secret herbs and spices taste naturally better somehow.
Kentucky Fried Chicken original recipe. We've been doing chicken right for 40 years. We're not going to change it now.
Kentucky Fried Chicken. Enjoy something original now.
This is what you call a big truck. Me, I prefer something smaller like a Toyota. Because when it comes to small trucks, you can start and end with Toyota. You think I'm exaggerating? Me? Never. Toyota's America's #1 small truck. They have the biggest selection. 19 different truck models. That's 2 baseball teams and an umpire. And just between you and me, Toyotas get a lot better gas mileage. These things are hard to park. You can't fit them in a garage. Heck, you can't take them anywhere.
Sex has been drawing audiences to the movies for generations, and sex in science fiction, no exception. Almost as important as the beast or the monster, the lure of a helpless, beautiful female becomes a major part of almost every science fiction movie. From the classic Metropolis, where a female robot turns more than a few heads, to the unbridled lust of Flesh Gordon.
Oh. Delightful.
No science fiction film is complete without at least one sexy, desirable female. King Kong might have shocked filmgoers with his fondling of Fay Wray. But it is doubtful audiences would have paid to see the movie if it had been any other way.
Well, Denham, the airplane's got him. Oh, no. It wasn't the airplane. It was beauty killed the beast.
It was a promise of sex and more sex that drew audiences by the millions to the sex spectacular Barbarella.
It's a wonder, Wonder Woman. You're so wild and wonderful.
In the first title sequence, a disrobing Jane Fonda leads the audience from one sexual science fiction adventure to another.
You could let me make love to you.
Make love, did you say? Nobody's done that for centuries.
Why not?
Because it was proved to be distracting and a danger to maximum efficiency.
So, you won't do it?
Well, if you simply must insist, I guess so.
In Rocket Ship XM, the first of a string of space adventures that invariably took a woman along for the ride, it is Lloyd Bridges who asked the proverbial question,
how did a girl like you get mixed up in a thing like this in the first place?
I suppose you think that women should only cook and sew and bear children?
Isn't that enough?
Whenever we go to see a science fiction movie, we expect to see at least some form of celestial lusting.
Lord, hold me. Hold me tight.
It is Earth-Mars love that hits this crew in Flight to Mars, where romance blossoms between Earthmen and Martian women.
I must be crazy.
Obviously, that doesn't make the Martian men too happy. And our heroes are forced to escape back to Earth. There's no escaping the Catwomen of the Moon, who offer audiences the leggy delights of chorus girls from outer space.
May we serve you, Earthmen?
Oh, thanks. Amber?
Come, sit down.
Delighted.
And Venus might be the goddess of love, but Earthmen encounter the planet Venus filled only with lonely, gorgeous women and queen of outer space.
Professor, what do you make of all this? There's nothing but women.
Perhaps this is a civilization that exists without sex.
You call that civilization?
Audiences weren't the only ones drooling over the lovelies. In this classic scene from Mighty Joe Young, here's a guy who'll do anything to be near the girl he loves. But it is not always the man who does the chasing. In the 1976, The Man Who Fell to Earth, it is Candy Clark who carries the torch, as well as the alien, played by David Bowie.
Well, I'll just finish this up and then...
Huh?
And then I think I'll have another one. You know, I really like you, mister. Tommy!
But when the alien is finally ready, The union becomes too much for an earthling to handle, and Hollywood stays true to form. It is the girl who ends up being pursued. While science fiction often made fun of women, it was also giving them new strength. In the mid-50s, the seeds for the independent woman were taking root. In It Conquered the World, it is the heroine who takes matters into her own hands.
I hate your living guts for what you've done to my husband and my world. I know you for the coward you are, and I'm going to kill you. Do you hear that? I'm going to kill you. Go on. Try your intellect on me. You think you're going to make a slave of the world? I'll see you in hell.
And in It Came from Beneath the Sea, an outspoken lady scientist teaches two men their ABCs.
A, you'd want me to miss the opportunity to see this specimen, one that may never come again. B, you'd be making up my mind for me. And C, I not only don't like being pushed around, but you underestimate my ability to help in a crisis.
And if once wasn't enough...
A, there isn't time for that to happen to me. B, I can be reached at the school. And C, how would you like to collaborate with me on a book? How to Catch a Sea Beast.
Say, Doctor, you know you were right about this new breed of woman.
Hey, what are you doing? You belong up there.
Not at those prices.
C&R. You gotta love it.
If you've been longing for delicious Alaskan snow crab, your ship has just come in. Sizzler brings you the snow white meat of snow crab, steamed right in the shell. And now you can dive into Sizzler's succulent, steaming Alaskan snow crab. Plus a thick sirloin steak at a snappy little price at the steak, seafood, salad Sizzler.
Do you drink decaffeinated coffee? Well, here's one from Hills Brothers that's going to go a long way. It's called High Yield because it yields more decaffeinated coffee for your money.
It's new decaffeinated High Yield from Hills Brothers, and you're going to love the taste.
You can never get around to trying it.
Hills Brothers High Yield, regular or new decaffeinated, yields more coffee for your money.
Discount Tire Store's Labor Day sale is on now. Save up to 45% on all Michelins, on all sizes, on imports, on small cars and domestics. But hurry, the sale ends August 31st. You'll save up to 45% on all Michelins, including light truck tires. And you'll get Discount Tire Store's famous three-way protection plan, all at no extra cost. Discount Tire Stores and Michelin, because so much is riding on your tires.
The scientist is the true star of every science fiction film. For without him, good or evil, there would be no one to make things happen. And science fiction, more than anything else, has influenced our idea of what a scientist really is. Some are dowdy old gentlemen who couldn't harm a fly, as in the 1958 The Crawling Eye.
The gate, sir, Professor.
And how are you, Alan? Come in, come in. Well, Alan, what do you think of our little observatory?
Yes, indeed.
You know, the government gives me as much money as I want.
While in Teenage Werewolf, others are bent on forbidden knowledge, no matter what the cost.
You know what might happen? Might? In science, one must be sure.
I'm going to take this out of the realm of possibilities into the world of exact science. If I'm successful, then I can be certain.
But you're sacrificing a human life. You cry over a guinea pig. This boy's a free police case. We're probably saving him from the gas chamber. The boy's so young and the transformation horrible.
You call yourself a scientist.
In The Thing, Dr. Carrington should have known better than to try to make friends with an alien intruder.
Listen, I'm your friend. Look, I have no weapons. I'm your friend. You're wiser than I. You must understand what I'm trying to tell you. Don't go any farther. They'll kill you. They think you mean to harm us all. But I want to know you, to help you. Believe that. You're wiser than anything on Earth. Use that intelligence. Look at me and know what I'm trying to tell you. I'm not your enemy. I'm a scientist. I'm a scientist who's trying...
Obviously, he didn't. Whereas Lee Van Cleef in It Conquered the World really makes buddies with the forces from beyond.
All right, let's assume you're right. A superior intelligence has come from Venus in my satellite, established residency, turned off the world's power, and is about to take over the world's population. Why aren't you fighting it?
Because this superior intelligence happens to be a personal friend of mine.
A personal friend of yours. Real chums.
But no person in the 80-year history of science fiction has epitomized the cold logic of the scientist more than Star Trek's immortal Mr. Spock.
Science Officer Spock. Reporting as ordered, Captain. Please sit down.
Spock, you haven't changed a bit. You're just as warm and sociable as ever.
Nor have you, Doctor, as your continued predilection for irrelevancy demonstrates.
We may not root for the scientist in every film, but without him, there would be no one to create robots to beep, flash, and even talk. Once just machines that walk, robots in films have taken on entire personalities all their own.
Hello, sir. I am C-3PO Human Cyborg Relations. My facilities are at you.
In this scene from Fritz Lang's Metropolis, we see the creation of the screen's first robot. "25 years later, robot spelled backwards becomes Tobar in the film Tobar the Great. Audiences watched in childlike fascination as he came to life. One of the most beloved metalmen of the movies, Robbie the Robot, raises a lot of dust when he first appears in the 1956 film Forbidden Planet. In these scenes, taken from the documentary The Making of Silent Running, actor Bruce Dern has to relate to three robots, whom he programs to play cards.
After he's thrown his cards down, I see it's a dead hand. I'll look at him and I'll say, you got trash, and I'll show my three cards. I win. I'll scrape in the checks. Okay. The chips take their cards. Okay.
But robots Huey, Dewey, and Louie learn to cheat all on their own.
Now, boys, let's play cards.
Hey, now, just a minute. What have I said about talking between you guys? Now, come on, that's not fair. I'm here all by myself, and you guys are talking between yourselves. Now, it's not fair. That's a house rule. No more talking. Now, how many cards do you want?
And in Star Trek the Motion Picture, Hollywood gives us true love between a female robot and the man of her metallic dreams. While films like Star Trek enable us to escape into fantasy, science fiction is really much more.
Ethel, they're playing our song. Ethel, they're playing our song.
When you're the life of the party, you never sit.
Ethel, they're playing our song.
But your dirty dishes do, and that can leave you with a real headache the next morning. That's the time to reach for Sunlight dishwasher detergent. Lemon Scent Sunlight cuts tough, stuck on food easily. Nothing cleans dishes that sit better. Try Lemon Sunlight. It really stands up to dishes that sit.
Boy, did I save money. I got the Super Saver.
So, I'm flying the Dilly Deluxe.
Big deal. I got the double whammy.
Enough confusion. Air Cal makes saving easy with frugal fares. Now you can fly between Southern California and Portland or Seattle for as low as $65. Just $65. Call Air Cal single call service for Air Cal's frugal fares. Air Cal, we make flying easy.
9 o'clock news. Police get one of their few breaks in the Valley intruder case.
This is a vehicle that we have been looking for.
Details tonight at 9. Also at 9, a lot of activity as the lottery moves a step closer.
One retailer per 1,200 people.
These stories and more on the Channel 9 9 o'clock news. The right news at the right time.
Introducing new Pizzazz Pizza from Taco Bell. It's cheesy, zesty, beefy, crispy, saucy. Yeah, it's pizza. Pizzazz Pizza. Don't just taste it. Get struck by the never-before taste of new Pizzazz Pizza. It's only at Taco Bell. It's here, and it's wow.
Between now and September 29th at participating Taco Bell restaurants, get a Pizzazz Pizza and a medium Pepsi for just $2.29.
We didn't get along, ups and downs and turnarounds. We had our share go wrong, and now that all our younger years drift into yesterday, I want you to remember.
Hello? Hi, Mom.
Hi, honey. How are you? Drift away.
In 1947, as seen in this rare news film, a businessman sighted 9 objects skimming across the sky like a saucer would if you skipped it across the water. Within 24 hours, the expression flying saucer was loose in the land. If you didn't know any better, you would have sworn Hollywood had already been invaded by the sheer number of films cranked out.
134.4. The traffic is approaching head-on, ultra bright, and really moving. They're right by us right now.
You want to report officially.
UWA 517, do you want to report a UFO? Over. UWA 517, do you want to report a UFO? Over.
In 1951, the first major film depicting the landing of a flying saucer invaded America's screens.
We finally got one. We found a flying saucer. Can anybody see anything through the ice?
It just happened to be carrying the thing.
What is it? Looks like a man. Yeah, it's got legs and a head. I can see him. Yeah, he must be over 8 feet long.
Walking around under all that makeup and propped up by 5-inch heels was actor James Arness, later to star as TV's Marshall Dillon. The picture was so effective that not only were flying saucer movies in at the box office, but the thing almost single-handedly began the monster movie craze of the 1950s. 2 years later, Paramount's George Powell brought Technicolor to flying saucer violence with his Academy Award-winning War of the Worlds.
Take my word for it, General. This type of defense is useless against that kind of power.
Washington, D.C. was attacked next in Earth versus the Flying Saucer, released in 1957. Paranoia was everywhere, and Hollywood was catering to America's worst fears. Once the aliens started coming, they came in all shapes and sizes. A king-size eagle, or is it a turkey, leaves its trail across New York in the giant claw. Plant spores from another world sprout havoc and crash this party in Day of the Triffids. In The Crawling Eye, audiences see the first aliens whose eyes are truly bigger than their mouths. But it is The Blob in 1958 that oozes its way onto American theater screens. Even a teenage Steve McQueen can't seem to convince anyone of its danger.
Listen to me. Now listen to me, everybody. This town is in danger. Now, several people have been killed already. Now, we had to make this noise. We had to make it so you'd listen to us, so we could warn you. If we're in trouble, where are the police? You. Boy, this time you've really hung yourself.
Gotta see the chief right away.
In Invaders from Mars, moviegoers might have been expecting the worst, but nobody on screen believes a 12-year-old when he tries to warn them that they, the Martians, have already taken over.
Side of the road, I need your help. Something terrible has happened.
Come on, you drunk.
And even the pleas of a desperate Kevin McCarthy fall on deaf ears in the science fiction masterpiece, Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
You tell these fools I'm not crazy. Make them listen to me before it's too late.
I'll listen to you. Let him go.
Who are you?
I'm Dr. Hill from the State Mental Hospital.
I'm not insane.
No one was immune and no one could be trusted. You couldn't even trust your own girlfriend. You couldn't even trust your own wife.
Guess what I've got?
What?
A present for you. Good night, darling. I'm going for a short walk. When I get back, you'll feel much better.
Peter Graves finds that out, and it conquered the world when his own wife becomes one of them.
All new power. Brand new destruction. Prepare yourself. Your favorite fire-breathing monster is back like you've never seen him before. Godzilla, 1985, starring Raymond Burr. The legend is reborn in the all-new Godzilla, 1985. Rated PG.
Starts Friday. Consult your local newspaper for showtimes.
Right now, Alpha Beta is sizzling with red-hot specials. You'll find red-hot prices this week at Alpha Beta. Fire up the grill and get a sizzling price on boneless beef top sirloin. Just $1.78 a pound for steak so tender it melts in your mouth. Beer lovers, pour yourself some sizzling savings on Budweiser. Just $3.97 for a 12-pack. This Bud bargain's for you. Get this week's Red Hot specials only at Alpha Beta. Tell a friend.
Are you seriously overweight? You have a choice. Light Life.
Irene, you've lost 101 pounds. How has Light Life changed your life?
I feel great. For years, I was on high blood pressure medication, and now I'm off of it completely. And what more could I ask for? People say I look 20 years younger. Thanks, Light Life.
The Light Life program is under the guidance of a highly trained medical staff. If you're 100 pounds or more overweight, call us. Live the life you've always wanted. Light Life. Call now.
Hey, ho! That's quite a creation.
A wonderful selection, Hell.
And a lot of practice.
I'm a regular at the Cisco salad bar.
Me too.
Fresh fruits are my favorite.
Seafood salad for me.
So, would you like to join me?
Yes. Boy, I wish I could make a salad like that.
I'll teach you next time.
Tomorrow?
I was talking about seconds.
Oh.
In 1945, when the United States dropped the atomic bomb on Hiroshima, through 20 years of A-bomb tests and the H-bomb, no one felt totally secure that somewhere, someplace, all this powerful radiation wasn't unleashing gigantic forces beyond our control. Whether they swam or crawled, everyday creatures were taking on monstrous proportions under the influence of Hollywood and the atom. In 1955, a radiation-enlarged octopus viciously attacked San Francisco in It Came from Beneath the Sea.
Well, these days they blame the atom for everything. Bad health, bad crops, bad weather. Now it's grasshoppers.
And in 1957's beginning of the end, 50-foot grasshoppers chew a path straight across Illinois toward Chicago. Even man is not immune, as this actor discovers after stumbling onto a plutonium bomb site. He survives the blast, only to become the amazing Colossal Man, with a king-size desire to fit in. But no matter how monstrous Hollywood's creations were, each had an Achilles heel. And just when things looked most hopeless, a simple solution to beat back the threat was always found. In Day of the Triffids, with monsters unstoppable by man or machine, it is simple seawater that saves the human race.
They're dissolving! The seawater's dissolving them!
In the Blob, it is cold.
That's it. It's cold. That's why it didn't come in the icebox after. It said, can't stand cold.
The thing, electricity.
All right.
In the Crawling Eye, heat is used to beat the beast. And in 1957's Beginning of the End, simple sound lures the grasshopper threat to its watery death.
Helicopter to boat. General, they're responding. They're responding. They're swarming toward the water. They're climbing all over each other, going into the water.
More than any other kind of film, science fiction enables us to look at ourselves, to see where we've been, and to get a glimpse of where we're going. And science fiction's interpretation of the future has always been a favorite of movie audiences. Sometimes terrifying, other times hopeful, but always entertaining. Science fiction films allow us to speculate as to where we might be heading.
Oh, no one to meet us.
I don't like this.
What would you like? Well, they did let us land.
Look, don't worry. Everything's going to be fine. Trust me.
Where does that gasket lead? Central core connects all labs.
The near future is the setting of the Andromeda strain, the story of a race against time to control a deadly virus brought back from outer space.
That's the ladder across from you. Go, man, before the gas starts.
There are now 3 minutes and 30 seconds.
The sensors will pick you up. Get moving. Duck. Here's there it is. Duck. Keep going. You'll make it.
20 seconds. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. Self-destruct has been canceled.
The movie Fantastic Voyage creates a world where miniature submarines travel through the human body to treat disease and injury. The movie audiences are treated to a different look at Earth's future in Planet of the Apes, where evolution is reversed, and the ape is the master, and man is the beast. A completely different vision of man's future is found in Steven Spielberg's Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Oh, shit.
In the beginning, it is like all science fiction movies, drawing upon Hollywood's alien scare tactics. But it takes a new turn as actor Richard Dreyfuss gains an awareness of peaceful visitors to the Earth. Now man has nothing to fear from the skies, and alien threats become beautiful visions. But it has always been man's ambition to leave the confines of the Earth and reach out to the moon, to the planets, and to the stars. And except for the Apollo flights, only in science fiction have we been able to do that.
Are you seriously overweight? You have a choice. Light Life. This surgical procedure has changed the lives of over 1,000 people.
Yes, that was me at 284 pounds. I'm Steve Bulkley, and I've lost 121 pounds thanks to the Light Life program. My energy level is incredible, and not only am I healthier now, but so is my future.
The Light Life program is intended to be a permanent method of weight loss for people who are 100 pounds or more overweight. Live the life you've always wanted. Light Life. Call now.
KHJ-TV, Channel 9, Los Angeles.
Nice drive, Frank. You're hot today. Boy, this is the life, isn't it? Hey, did you hear about Jimmy? Hear what? He's in the hospital.
Hospital? Yeah, I suffered with him just last week. He was fine.
He went in 2 days ago.
They say he's going to be in a while. Imagine those hospital bills.
Well, the bills are no problem. He's got Medicare. Hey, Frank, I got news for you. Medicare doesn't do it all.
Right. It pays less than half of the average health care bill. The rest comes out of your pocket.
In fact, Medicare has raised its deductible and co-payments That's the part you have to pay yourself. Every single year since 1968. The deductible that started at $40 is now over $300. You pay that for one day in the hospital.
So, what do you do to protect yourself?
You call the National Senior Citizens Group Insurance Trust. They've got the original Medicare insurance supplement that pays cash direct to you, not the doctor or hospital, unless that's what you want. And it pays regardless of any coverage you have, even Medicare.
And it guarantees to match every Medicare hospital increase dollar for dollar.
And it protects you in and out of the hospital.
Well, we're sold. Say, Carl, do you have that phone number?
Sure do. Smartest phone call I ever made. And it's toll-free. You'll get a free information kit that explains it all. And it's group coverage, so the rates are reasonable. Best of all, everybody 65 and over qualifies. Everybody. So get protection.
Yeah, then we'll really have the good life.
And I'll have the peace of mind to do that.
Call toll-free 1-800-854-1200. That's 1-800-854-1200. Or write to Medicare Supplement, Trevose, PA 19048. Operators are standing by now.
Early spaceflight movies like Rocket Ship XM send man to his nearest neighbor, the moon. While in Forbidden Planet, our sleekest spacecraft look for new frontiers of knowledge. And the ever-popular Star Trek boldly goes where no man has gone before. But it is Star Wars and its sequel, The Empire Strikes Back, that is responsible for the current wave of science fiction popularity.
Baby, hold together.
Star Wars and Empire are the most popular motion pictures ever produced, for they take us beyond the confines of the Earth, out to the stars, for explosive galactic adventure. What we've just seen tells the essence of 80 years of science fiction in the movies. We're giving you a glimpse of the mighty and the weak, of fantastic worlds and the unknown. Science fiction may mean different things to each of us. There is one thing we can all count on when walking into the theater: the ability to see things we couldn't see any other way. That's because science fiction is as boundless as our dreams, and only as limited as our imagination. And whatever we conjure up, no matter how bizarre or unusual, no matter what fears we have for our present or our future, there is no question that our imaginations have been captured by the collective genius of monsters, madmen, and machines. I'm Gil Gerard. Thank you for joining
We've been doing chicken right for 40 years. We're not going to change it now.
Kentucky Fried Chicken. Enjoy something original now.